Physical topology. So the term physical topology refers to the way in which our network is laid out physically. Okay. So generally when two or more devices are connected, they are connected to a link. So two or more links form a topology, which we are going to see shortly. So what does topology tells us means the topology of the network is the geometric representation of relationship of all the links. As we told that these two or more links form a topology, so it will give the geometric representation of the relationship of all the links and the linking devices which are connected to each other in a given network. So generally there are four basic topologies are there. The first one is mesh topology, second one is star topology, third one is bus topology, and fourth one is ring topology. So the first topology is mesh topology. So as shown in the figure, mesh topology, every device has a dedicated point to point link to every other device. So let us say this is station 1, station 2, 3, 4 and 5. Every station is having a dedicated point to point link to every other device here. See, let us say station 1 is having link to station 2 like this, and station 1 is having link to station 3, station 1 is having link to station 4 and station 1 is having link to station 5. So here let us say we have 5 number of stations, that is every node is having link to n minus 1 number of stations, that is this station is having links to all the other 4 stations. So total number of nodes are 5 in the network, and every node in this network is having connection or link to all the other nodes which are 4, that is n minus 1, which is nothing but 5 minus 1 equal to 4. So there are n number of nodes. If there are n number of nodes in the network, then we need n into n minus 1 number of physical links. But do remember, whenever the link between this particular station and this particular station is a bidirectional link, that is a full duplex mode, where this link is used for both sending the information and receiving the information, so we can divide the number of links by 2, because this single link is helping us to perform both sending and receiving of information. So in other words, we can say that in mesh topology we need n into n minus 1 by 2 duplex mode links. Okay, so how many duplex mode links a network with 5 stations we can have? 5 into 5 minus 1 by 2. What is 5 into 5 minus 1? 5 into 4. 20 by 2 is 10. So let us see how many links we have. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9 and this is 10. Okay. So to accommodate these many links, every device on this network must have n minus 1 number of input output ports. See here, this station or device is having 1, 2, 3 and 4 input output ports. This station is having 1, 2, 3 and 4 input output ports. So like this we must have n minus 1 number of input output ports here. Okay. So a practical example of mesh topology is nothing but connection of telephone regional offices, wherein each regional office is needed to be connected to every other regional office. So here we will be using the concept of mesh topology. Now let us go with the advantages and disadvantages of mesh topology. The first one is using the dedicated links between each and every node guarantees that each connection can carry its own data load. So if you see here, this dedicated link can carry the data load between these two stations. This dedicated link can carry the data between these two stations. Okay, so thereby it eliminates the traffic problems which can occur when information is being shared by multiple devices. And the next one is mesh topology is robust. Robust in the sense, so here every device is connected to every other device. Okay, if one link has been disconnected, so this station can reach to this particular station from this station to this station. So this is how the mesh topology is also robust, and we have privacy and security also. And finally, these point to point links, that is point to point links between these stations, make the fault identification and fault isolation easier. Coming to the disadvantages of mesh topology, the amount of cabling and the number of input output ports required are more. See here, we have more number of cabling and we need more number of input output ports per a given station. The next one is, because every device must be connected to every other device, installation and reconnection are also difficult. And the next one, bulk wiring can also be a greater drawback, because we must have a large number of available space in the walls, ceilings or floors, right? So having a large number of available space for bulk amount of wiring is also a drawback. And also the final disadvantage, the hardware required to connect the each link can also be expensive. That is, each and every station must have a particular hardware where it must have input output ports also, okay, to connect these links. So the amount of hardware required to connect the each link can also be somewhat expensive. The next type of topology is star topology. So here in the star topology, each device has a dedicated point-to-point link only to a central controller. Here if you see, the central controller is also called as a hub, wherein the devices here are not directly connected to each other. So when you compare this topology with this mesh topology, each and every is connected directly with every other device. But here in star topology, these devices are not directly connected to each other, rather they are connected to the central connector, which is nothing but called as a hub. Okay, so now, the transmission of direct traffic from one station to another station is not allowed here. Okay, so generally star topology is used in local area networks, and also high speed LANs are also often using the star topology. Now coming to the advantages of star topology, a star topology is less expensive when compared to the mesh topology, because the total number of input output ports and the total number of links when compared to the mesh topology are less when compared to the star topology. So here this installation is also very easy, and it is also easy to configure because less number of cables are required, and here also it is having a good robustness. Okay, if this particular link is failed, only that particular link is failed, right? Okay, so here also it is very easy for us to have a fault identification and fault isolation also. So coming to the disadvantage, one of the biggest disadvantage of star topology is that dependency of the whole topology on a single point called hub. See what happens if this hub has been now gone down. So if the hub has gone down, the total communication of the entire star topology network will be going down. No communication will be there, because all these devices are connected to a single controller called hub. So this is the disadvantage of star topology. The next topology is bus topology. So the bus topology here, it is multi-point. So the previous mesh topology and star topology are point-to-point connections, whereas the bus topology is multi-point connection. So here one long cable acts as a backbone. See, this is a cable. So this long cable acts as a backbone which links all the devices in the given network. Okay, so the nodes or stations are connected to this bus cable by drop lines and taps. So this is what you are going to call drop line, and these are called taps. Okay, so depending upon the cable, there is a limit on the number of taps a bus can support, and there is a limit on the distance between these taps. Okay, so generally bus topology is one of the first topologies which is used in the design of local area networks, and Ethernet LANs can also use a bus topology. So coming to the advantages, so the bus topology has ease of installation, and the disadvantages are, the first one is difficult reconnection and fault isolation. That is, reconnecting the stations to this particular cable and isolating the faults is somewhat difficult when compared to the other type of topologies. And also a particular station, if a particular station is having a fault or break in this particular cable, then the complete transmission comes to an end, because if this particular station is having a problem at this particular place, so the communication from this place to this place will be now terminated. Okay, so now this damaged area reflects the signal back into the direction of origin creating noise in both the directions. Okay, so whenever, let us say if this station 2 has been damaged, now it will send this reflects the signal back onto both the ends, wherein this creates an extra noise. So these are all the disadvantages of bus topology. So next, coming to the ring topology. Here in the ring topology, every device has a dedicated point to point connection only with two devices on the either side of it. See, this station is having a point to point connection with this station and this station only. But now a signal is passed along the ring in one direction from one device to device until it reaches the destination. So now signal will be passing like this from this station to this station, this station to this station until it reaches a particular destination station. You also see, if you see in the diagram, each device in this particular ring is also having a repeater. Okay. So when a device receives a signal intended for another device, let us say station 1 is sending information to station 4. But whenever this particular station sends the signal, it goes through station 2, and whenever it encounters a signal which is not intended, that is, this signal is intended for this particular device, now the repeater here regenerates the bits here and passes them along to the next station, and this repeater, if it checks that this signal is not for this station, it again regenerates the bits and sends to the next station. Now this signal is intended for this station, now this station receives this particular signal. Okay. The example, main example of ring topology is, so when IBM is introduced its local area network, which is nothing but token ring. The famous example of ring topology is IBM token ring. So ring topology is used in IBM token ring local area network. Coming to the advantages, so ring topology is relatively easy to install and reconfigure, and as each device is linked only to its immediate neighbors, both physically and logically, so the number of wiring connections are also less. The only constraints are media and traffic consideration, that is, we have to take into consider the maximum ring length and the number of devices also. And here also the fault isolation is also easy. So coming to the disadvantages, unidirectional traffic can be a disadvantage, which is nothing but, so let us say this station, now this station 1 wants to send the information to this station 7 or 6. Okay, now if the initially in the ring topology, first of all the direction initiation happens. Okay, so in this direction initiation, direction if it is like this, okay, it has to cross all these stations and it has to come to this particular place. So this unidirectional type of traffic can be a disadvantage in ring topology. And in a simple ring, a break in this particular ring can disable the entire network. Okay, so this can be solved by having a dual ring. Okay, so need for the higher speed LANs made this particular ring topology less popular. Okay, so next, coming to the hybrid topology. So this is the last type of topology wherein the complete network can have more than one type of topology. That is, a network can be hybrid. That is, for example, we have a main topology, here we have a star topology, wherein again these links are having a bus topology. So this is a hybrid topology which consists of star topology, and in turn these links are having bus topology. Okay, so this is an example of a hybrid topology where we have a star backbone with 3 bus networks. So these are all about the different types of network topologies. Thank you.